1, 2, 3, 4, mic check. Is that better, John? Mic check. Okay.
Gary Nelson, WFOR, CBS Miami. I was among 10 broadcast and print journalists who witnessed the execution of Juan Carlos Chavez this evening. The execution was delayed for some 2 hours, we are told, by the Department of Corrections, while the United States Supreme Court considered whether to consider Chavez's various issues on appeal. The Supreme Court apparently refused to hear the appeal, and the execution went forward at 8 o'clock. There were 29 witnesses in the execution chamber, including Jimmy Ryce, the victim's father, Don Ryce, his older brother, Ted, Michael Band, co-prosecutor of Chavez in his trial in Orlando in 1998, and Felix Jimenez, the detective who extracted the confession of Juan Carlos Chavez in 1995. At 8 o'clock, the execution was ordered to begin. Slightly thereafter, the lethal drugs began to be injected into Juan Carlos Chavez's veins. After the warden made a last call to the governor on a phone in the execution chamber, Mr. Chavez closed his eyes, he lifted his head slightly, he blinked several times, he breathed deeply twice, and then closed his eyes again. We have family members arriving now, I believe, who witnessed the execution, and I'm going to relinquish the podium.
Down in front, please. Guys, please down in front.
Gentlemen, can you go a little to the right, please? Yeah, cameras on. Appreciate it.
I'm told the family has not, in fact, arrived, so let me continue to briefly conclude what happened in the death chamber this evening. I'll pick it up with Chavez having closed his eyes about 8:03. He yawned, his right leg moved slightly. About 8:04, his lips parted, his jaw appeared to go slack. At 8:06, the team warden shook Chavez very firmly by both of his shoulders and called his name out loudly 3 times. Mr. Chavez, Mr. Chavez, Mr. Chavez.
Excuse me, sir. You're going to have to come off the podium, please. For orders of the warden.
There was no response at that point from Chavez, and at 8:17, a doctor listened with a stethoscope and pronounced him dead.
He's right here. I think Gary coming back up. Please. No.
From the media.
Yeah, but I don't want the people. Hey, I'm up. You guys can roll if you want. Roll, I'm up. Okay? Help me out, man.
Yes, yes, they said yes. If you're an official witness, then they said that it was okay for you to do.
You guys step to your right, please.
She saw me, she was fine, and she still not sure. Yes, we're waiting for them to do the list. That's what they told us. I just emailed them. Then I asked her to say,
Well, that park behind the podium. Oh, there's, I tell Mary Lynn. That's up.
that's not,
Yeah.
they have a walker. Right.
Sir? Sir, can you move a little bit to the left? No, the other way, the other way. To the way it's fine.
When I quit my position, I will move.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Terry Lynn with the Jimmy Rice Center. Don is going to make a statement, followed by Ted, his son, reading a prepared statement. I have about 20 copies, but I can assure you it will be emailed to you in a little while. And Don and Ted will not be taking any questions tonight. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. The sentence of the state versus Juan Chavez was carried out at 8:17 p.m. He provided a written statement, which I will give you all. I have copies. Right now, the Rice family would like to make a statement. However, they will not be answering questions afterward.
"19 years ago, Juan Carlos Chavez was faced with a choice. He had kidnapped my son, Jimmy. He'd sexually assaulted him. And now it's time to decide, would he let him live or would he take his life? We know what he decided to do and the choice he made. And as a result of that choice, he died today. This choice, unfortunately, will come up in the future in other cases when someone has committed a crime against a child, molested one, raped one, or kidnapped one. And they also will be faced with the same kind of choice that Chavez was faced with so long ago. And when they do, when they're processing what they think they want to do, I hope they will remember that it will be burned in their mind 4 words: don't kill the child. Don't kill the child, because if you do, people will not forget, they will not forgive. We will hunt you down and we will put you to death. At this point, I'm going to allow my son to make a statement, which will be a statement on behalf of my family.
Many people have asked why I decided to come today. I did not come here today to celebrate Juan Carlos's execution. In fact, I did not want to be here today. So why did I come? I came here to represent my brother, Jimmy Ryce. I came here for my sister Martha and my mother Claudine. I came here today because I believe in the justice that has been served on this day. I am here to support that belief. I'm also here today as a symbol of strength, to show you that in spite of all the terrible tragedies we've been through, my father and I still stand strong. And strength is something that is sorely lacking in our country today. Many people did not believe that Juan Carlos Chavez should be put to death for his horrible crime of raping and murdering my brother, Jimmy Ryce. And I believe this comes from a place of weakness, not strength. It comes from not being able to face the atrociousness of some men's actions and punish them on a level commensurate with their crime. But we must be strong. We must do what it takes to send a clear message to other child predators that if they go after children, if they kill children, that they will die at the executioner's hands. Today will bring no closure for my family. As my father has stated, closure does not exist. But the justice served this day after a painful 19 years will end the chapter on this part of our life. And now we look forward to moving on. Thank you.
Have a written statement from Juan Chavez.
I think Alyssa's up there. I apologize.
Vanessa, come on. Thank you, Nati. No, thank you, Nati. No. Gracias, mi amor. Gracias.
Yes, sir.
Sandra.
Yo necesito ayúdame aquí a la
happened at 6 o'clock. What was that like, having to wait?
We were waiting to hear from the U.S. Supreme Court. So we were patient, and we just were sitting in a room that was like a chapel. And Don was surrounded by people that he loves and people that care about him and Claudine. And we were just making the best of it. No phones. We didn't have any electronics. And we were just sitting and talking and getting to know one another and reminiscing and talking about Claudine and talking about the laws and talking about the Jimmy Rice Center.
Got lipstick right there.
Oh, boy.
Let me help you. Okay, there you go. I want you to go on TV with lipstick. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to repeat?
They were very caring to us. A lot of thought goes into this. A lot of procedure. We were told what to expect, how long things would take, and they were right on with that. So that was good. I'm talking for me. And I've never been to an execution. And all I could say is Chavez is not around anymore to hurt any more children.
Were you in that room when they learned there was a delay, or were you in another
Yes.
holding room? You were in that room. What was the response?
Everybody was ready for it. Don's an attorney, so he was prepared, and we were just waiting. And we had a lot of professional people with us who have been in this situation before, so they were telling us this is what's to be expected. And, fingers crossed, but justice prevailed.
Let's go get some. Okay? Here.
Very quiet, very serious. I think the only
Huh?
noise you really heard was when they opened that screen. It's been very jarring. That was a little bit surprising, but I will tell you it was a very small room. And it's something that you will have for the rest of your life, but